Okay, welcome back to another MTGO League. This time we are running an old favourite, running some good old 4/4s with Trample in Crashing Footfalls. Running a 4-colour list that I was perusing Twitter the other day and saw Doomwake managed a 5-0. So thought I'd give it a go as well. He's been a big innovator of the deck, and I do suggest you go and check out his content on Twitch. This is very similar to the list he 5-0'd with. I've made a couple of changes to the sideboard just because I know the deck is crazy expensive on Modo, so just have to make a few adjustments to the number of endurances and Force of Vigors and Subtleties. But other than that, yep, looks really clean. You've got the 12 Cascaders, Forces, Brazen Borrowers, classic, the Elementals, classic 4-colour Rhino stuff, Teferis, Omnath. The big, I guess the new card that has cropped up is this Failure to Comply, which is not something I'd seen before, but looks really cool. So just a 2-mana sort of semi-remand effect, just return a spell to its owner's hand. Don't know if Comply comes up that much, but yeah, seems pretty sweet. So yeah, this looks really great. So let's go ahead and get into round number 1. Hopefully everyone's doing all right today. Please do consider subscribing to the channel if it's something you're interested in. Play a lot of sort of mid-rangey, modern and pioneer content at the moment. So going to be practicing for some upcoming paper tournaments as well, and maybe the even odd live stream as well. So yeah, do stay tuned for updates, and let's get into round number 1. Right, so round number 1, I've got a Fire Ice. Also got this Fury. I think, I don't know, 4 lands seems like quite a lot. Maybe this is okay in the blind. Yeah, let's keep it in the blind. Would have been better on the play. We're against the Gigantha deck, so this could be Death Shadow. Yep. Police Delta into Blood Crypt makes us think Death Shadow. If it's Ragavan, we're probably pitching this Fury. Yeah, I think so. Get rid of Omnath here. Like a 2-for-1's ourselves, but can't really be helped. Let's play this Wooded Foothills. Probably just going to go and get a Triome hit. I guess Force isn't the worst draw. Yeah, Shadow's always been one of the more tricky matchups for us. Looks like the opponent might be missing a land. Let's go and get Ketria Triome here. Okay, Teferi, not a bad draw. Okay, Ragavan. Another Fury. So I think we're just gonna go and fetch a basic forest, and then we'll bounce the Ragavan. Yep. Okay, don't really want to draw any more lands. Really want to draw a Cascade spell now. Okay, there's a Ragavan or a removal spell. Okay, Brazen Borrower, fine actually. We'll be bouncing the Ragavan here. Just tempoing my opponent. I mean, my opponent's been stuck on 1 land the entire game, so possibly should have bounced pre-combat to save it from a... we'll see what my opponent attacks here. They might attack Teferi. Oh, I was going to say we should have bounced pre-combat to play around Drown a lot, but of course we have Teferi, Time Raveler. Hopefully the opponent just goes play Ragavan again. They've got 7 cards in hand. Unholy Heat's the Teferi, that's fair enough. And get another Triome. So you could cast the Fury. I think I prefer holding up Failure now. If they just hard cast Ragavan, we'll just 1 mana cast Ragavan will just Failure. That's fine. Okay, so I think we'll just Force of Negation. We could go Failure Thoughtseize. We could go Failure Thoughtseize, play Brazen Borrower, and then play Fury to kill this. I think that's fine. And we can actually comply it. Well, if we draw, we don't want to draw a land, but so we got mountain, mountain. So we can go and just get an island here. Okay, let's cast the Fury. I think we do attack as well. That puts lethal on board next turn. Okay, opponent. Oh, okay, I tapped out by accident. I should have forced there. That was bad. Yeah, force there would have obviously won the game. So now our opponent's got a Thoughtseize in hand. We don't care about that. The only thing we really care about, I guess, is Death Shadow. Although we don't really care about that either. I guess we know they've got a Ragavan. Yeah, that was stupid. I should have forced the Drown in the Lock. Opponent gets the Thoughtseize us now. Do you go? Oh, okay. They had the Fatal Push. Okay, there's Teferi. Cast that. Yeah, so would have had lethal that turn where I don't know why I F6'd really. That was stupid. We had 2 forces, so. Okay, so I'm just going to bounce on nothing. Okay, draw Sacred Foundry. Oh, I shouldn't have played that either. Should be saving lands for Omnath in case you draw Omnath. Haven't drawn any Cascaders yet. I guess it doesn't. Yeah, Thoughtseizing doesn't matter about forcing that. I guess I can dash Ragavan now. They're going to kill the Teferi? No. Oh, Shardless Agent probably would have won us the game. Okay, Brazen Borrower not too bad. So want to be able to go bounce and play Borrower, so we can't put Yorion in hand yet. We're only one mana away as well from getting Yorion and then going. So yeah, going Yorion to hand and casting it. Opponent gets Expressive Iteration. See what they hit with it. Okay, opponent hits Lightning Bolt with Expressive Iteration. So they're going to attack us and then bolt the Teferi, I'd imagine. So we'll Brazen Borrower here. And opponent didn't find the land. So we can cast the Brazen Borrower. And they can't. I suppose they could have bolted it if they found land. Okay, opponent's conceded. I guess they can't have had anything that kills Brazen Borrower. We put my opponent to 2. Okay, so what do we want? We don't want these Force of Negations. They don't do anything for us really, and we definitely do want all of these endurances. Maybe a Subtlety, something like that. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, one lander here, so we're going to mulligan that. And this is a lot better. Well, it's quite vulnerable to a Thoughtseize, I suppose, but I think we'll put back this Triome to use our mana most of our mana every turn. Can't kill a turn 1 Ragavan either. Okay, Dragon's Rage Channeler is probably the best we could hope for, other than just tap land go. It seems that we're drawing. Okay, we'll play the Wooded Foothills. Could just go and get basic forest. I think that's probably fine. Eighty cards means we're less likely to draw the Crashing Footfalls as well, which is obviously great. Opponent will take Ardent Plea here, one would imagine. So opponents surveilled 2 lands into the graveyard. They don't take Ardent Plea, they take Omnath. So one would imagine they either have Drown in the Lock or Spell Pierce to deal with our Rhinos. Another Scalding Tarn, not really what we want. Three cards in hand for the opponent. So probably not going to play Ardent Plea here. I think we're just going to... We'll wait until Crashing Footfalls comes off. Okay, we draw Shardless Agent. That probably changes things. I think actually I'm just going to put Yorion to hand. You know, the opponent definitely has. It could be Drown in the Lock, it could be Spell Pierce, but this way we can try and overload their counter magic. They're just not able to play anything either. Okay, well, we draw Brazen Borrower, but next turn we can go Shardless Agent. I think we're just going to go for it here. Cast Crashing Footfalls. Opponent will counter. Okay, hard cast Mystical Disputes. They may have another one. This is now a 3-3, but we've got Brazen Borrower. Hope they should be able to make some Rhinos this turn. Well, that might not be enough. Cast this. Okay, we do make Rhinos. Well, Violent Outburst is a really good draw as well. So we're going to Brazen Borrower one of these. I think we'll do that now. Actually, I think we can go. So we can go and get Island, Brazen Borrower. Just while, I guess, what do we want to play around Engineered Explosives, or do we want to play around? My opponent Fatal pushed, so that implies they do not have Engineered Explosives. So I think we will just take this opportunity to make a load of Rhinos. Okay, opponent's got Unholy Heat for another Rhino. Put one on top. Guess they could have Death Shadow. There's a channeler. Okay, they do have a shadow. Oh, Solitude's so good here, because we can exile the Dragon's Rage channeler, which kills the shadow. I wonder if we're meant to just evoke. I think we're just meant to evoke it, pitch Yorion, kill this, attack for 8. Oh, Solitude is ridiculous. And then we could make more Rhino. I don't think we want to make more Rhinos. Do we just hard cast the Solitude? I think I'm just going to evoke. No, I think casting's fine. That's such a brutal draw. Yeah, that just wins the game. So we exile the Dragon's Rage channeler, the shadow. My opponent goes up to 13, shadow dies. That's just brutal. Solitude's so busted. Okay, well, we get there against Death Shadow, which is a pretty hard matchup. I mean, game 1, my opponent was stuck on 1 land, and we drew pretty hot in game 2. But we do get there. See you for the next round. Okay, we're on the play here. I'm going to mulligan this hand, only got 1 land in it. And this hand has 0 lands in it, so I'm going to mulligan that as well. Well, I guess we'll keep. Don't really want to go down to 4. Maybe we're better going down to 4. This hand's not exactly great. Yeah, I think I'm going to mulligan again. Sure. So we need to get rid of 3, so that'll be Solitude. I think we're keeping 3 lands and a Cascader here. Not ideal though. See what we're against. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, hope this isn't a thought seize. Dark Six Shores, Sleight of Hand. I don't know. Does that say to me Inverter maybe? Fire Ice would be a good draw. That's also a good draw. Okay, so Grix is something. Okay. Well, Teferi's quite good, but I think we're going to make Rhinos here. It's got 8 cards in hand. Templar of Epiphany definitely signifies some sort of combo deck. If we can make Rhinos and then hold up failure. Oh, could be of course it's probably ad nauseam. So we'll go and grab. Got all the colours we need. I think we'll just grab a Steam Vents. Temple of Epiphany is new though. Okay. So we'll attack for some. I wonder if we're meant to. So we attack for 8 here. So 1 point short if we just hold up Brazen Borrower. I think I'm just going to hold up here. Because if we need to, we can go failure. If we don't need to do anything, we can just go Brazen Borrower. Well, that's Gemstone Mine. That's fine. We can just bounce that. Maybe we were meant to failure that. Counter target none. Okay, so we'll make some creep. Okay, that's alright, because now we can go to Teferi. Didn't think they'd be running it off her. Okay, and now the opponent can't interact with our failure here. So should be okay. I'm pretty sure this is ad nauseam. There's a sleight of hand. Don't care about that. It's going to be the That's the Phyrexian life, so we can just fail this failure to comply has actually been pretty good. Yeah, it's just I mean, it is card disadvantage, but when you're just trying to tempo your opponent out, yeah, gets around Veil of Summer as well. And something key that Doomwake was mentioning was it gets around, if you're on the draw, it's another one that stops Teferi. Okay, so what do we want here? We probably want all of the disputes and the Force of Vigors. Don't need any spot removal. I think we actually get rid of all the Furies. But then what do we want instead? What's the best of these cards? I guess it's probably just Endurance. Like cheaper flash threat. Subtlety, I can't see them running any Planeswalkers. I don't think it is. I don't think it is Inverter. I'm pretty sure it's just. Oh no, we saw Phyrexian life, so it's definitely Ad Nauseam. So yeah, Endurance, the best of a bad lot there. But yeah, we drew pretty hot there, given that we mulliganed to 4 cards. Definitely right to mulligan though. But yeah, we just drew some absolute bombs. So another 1-lander here, so we're going to mulligan that away. This is better. It's not amazing, but we can keep it. Let's get rid of a land. Yeah, we've got some interaction. We have got some sort of pseudo threats. Just really want to draw a Cascader. Okay, so the opponent puts a card on the bottom. Pentaprism, maybe? If it's Pentaprism, we probably bounce it. Okay, we probably don't now. I'm probably just holding up. Oh, shouldn't have played that really. Should have played a green land. Because then we could have cast Endurance next turn, although we're probably casting Teferi anyway. I think we're going to go for the bounce now. What was okay. That's a value ad nauseam. Don't know really. Opponent's at 3. We don't run Bolt or anything. We do run Fire Ice. Haven't seen. So opponent's got an Angel's Grace. They don't reveal. I have to discard a lot of cards because it was in their turn. So they don't reveal a Pact of Negation. So I think we have to hold up failure here. I mean, making Rhinos is now irrelevant. Brazen Borrower and Endurance are lethal threats. Okay, so the opponent discarded a lot of cards there, including a Thassa's Oracle. So okay, Sacred Foundry, so we'll just play the fetch land and pass. Opponent got 7 cards in hand. We have to assume that they've got everything they need to win. I don't think they can win at instant speed anymore. Ad nauseam always used to be able to. I think the Lightning Storm was an instant. So I got City of Brass, Angel's Grace. Sure. So they're going to go spoils. Oh, we have to. So opponent hasn't got another black mana, so we have to failure this. Exile. Oh, exile all other cards. And then they're going to go Thassa's Oracle. I mean, if the opponent has a counter spell here, I think we let the spoils resolve. Oh, they named Pact of Negation. That was really stupid. Oh, yeah, I just completely messed that up. I needed to do. Oh. Okay, I think the opponent messed up as well. So, opponent had Pact of Negation, I think. Oh no, of course they didn't. Okay, that's no. So they revealed Pact of Negation, and that made me think that they'd spoils for it. But of course they named something ridiculous so that they so they named something ridiculous so that they don't have it in their deck, and that Pact of Negation must have, I don't know why it popped up there, but yeah, so it was fine to failure the what's it called? Thassa's Oracle there. Okay, well, we get the win. On to round number 3. Right, on the play here, I think we're going to keep this one. We're probably mulligan on the draw, but we can suspend Rhinos on 1. We've got a kill spell for something. Got a Fire Ice to tap down an opponent's land on turn 2. So let's just go and get Stomping Ground, I think. Assuming we're running Stomping Ground. Pass the turn. Opponent on a mulligan to 6. Urza's Tower. Okay, so I'm going to tap down the land. See. Another map. Okay, so we'll slam Teferi here. I think we want to go and get some sort of plains, but I think it's the Hallowed Fountain. I think it's Sacred Foundry, so we can cast Violent Outburst if we find it. There we go. So the opponent's going to go and get Tron. Another map is fine. Ooh, Boseiju. It's Boseiju versus Rhinos. I mean, the opponent. Trouble is, the opponent has another expedition map. I think we're just going to make some Rhinos. Because we've got a Boseiju for a Karn. Okay, let's see what they go and get. I suppose they could go and get Chalice. But then we can make Rhinos. So they go and get here. Okay, they do go and get Chalice. So we'll go. Cast a Crashing Footfalls, and then in my opponent's upkeep. Opponent's upkeep, we can. Sorry, in our upkeep, we can. Oh, blue. What's this? Dismember a Rhino. Hopefully, I haven't got double Dismember. Trinket Mage. Okay, so it's mono blue Tron. So Teferi is a good one to have out. Okay, opponent goes and gets Walking Ballista. Okay, so I think we're going to make more Rhinos. So just kill the Chalice. Then we'll kill the Trinket Mage, kill the Karn. I suppose we're in trouble to an Ugin. That Force is a good draw. So let's go. I suppose we can attack Karn, see if they block. Okay, they are blocking, so we'll just dead gun it anyway. I think we're probably always doing that. Yeah, Force is a really good draw there. Just hope they haven't got. They don't usually run Ulamog. Could be a massive Ballista, I suppose. We can bounce it with Teferi. Okay, X equals 6 Ballista. They have to shoot Teferi at least once. Solitude. So we could cast Teferi. cast Teferi, bounce the Ballista, then we can hold up everything, or we could Solitude. I don't really want to Solitude this. I think we'll just go second Teferi. Or... although we don't need to get in with that much. Trouble is, I guess, if we Teferi bounce, opponent shoots a Rhino, and then they play it again and shoot another Rhino. We could go Omnath. Omnath's not too bad. Is the opponent likely to kill us with this? They've got quite a lot of mana. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they can kill us with no blockers next turn. If we attack... let's start by attacking, see what the opponent does. They're definitely going to block one. So what if we now go to Teferi bounce? Then they can't kill a Rhino. God, it's not the easiest here. They can't then kill a Rhino. They could kill one Rhino still. Maybe you were meant to Solitude. Maybe it's just Omnath, yeah. It's a good blocker. Obviously we'd love to draw a land here. No land. But we do have Force of Negation and Solitude. And it's got 3 cards in hand. If they attack, we block with this with Omnath, I think. Oh, they're attacking Teferi. I think I'm just blocking here. Maybe that was wrong. Guess the opponent can kill a Rhino. Maybe we shouldn't have blocked. But I'm kind of thinking the opponent has just a load of counter spells in hand. There's a tower. Although I guess they can always shoot. Put a counter on Ballista. Okay, so tick up. Attack with some Rhinos. Opponent can't do a thing. They're going to have to shoot them with this Ballista. Otawara. Can't do anything about that. Okay, so we've got more rhinos that we can make. Or we could just cast this Solitude. I think I like just casting this Solitude now. I think we're going to go for it now. Is that right? Hold up, Force. Solitude, kill this. Opponent could kill the Solitude in response. I think we're going to risk my opponent. My opponent's definitely going to try and put a counter on here. Yeah. Just means that, yeah, it was Solitude. Because I was, yeah, I think it's worth the risk here. Because we really don't want the Ballista to be able to kill the Solitude. Okay, so we're hiding behind Force of Negation. Do we force the Thirst for Knowledge? I don't think so. I think we let... It's often correct to force a Thirst for Knowledge. But here, I think now the only card we're really afraid of is another Ballista. Wormcore's fine, we can bounce it with our second copy of Teferi. But if we force this and then my opponent slams Ugin, then we're in trouble. We'll force a Karn, I think. Okay, opponent discards EE. Casts Expedition Map, which I think we'll let resolve. So they go and get Academy Ruins, which makes sense. So they can put Ballista back on top. What's this? Relic of Progenitus. Don't really care about the relic. I guess they can pop it and make a Ballista for 2. Talisman of Progress. We could force that so they can't Ballista, but I don't think that's correct. Okay. Fury's not bad. I guess we'll attack first. Oh, I should have ticked up. Oh, I really should have ticked up to Teferi. I guess that means the opponent can make a massive Ballista next turn, and we can't actually do too much about that. How big would the... but this is going to be pretty enormous. Not ideal. But we can make some Rhinos. And they're going to have to spend a point on this Teferi. It's going to be like a 7/7. Okay, that's a 7/7 ballista. We get to make some Rhinos here. Okay, opponent shoots Teferi once, which makes sense. Boseiju is pretty good. I guess we could Boseiju the... What if we Boseiju... Okay. Is there a way to win here? They'll shoot a Rhino down. What if we play second Teferi, then play Boseiju? Second Teferi bounce this. They'll go kill Teferi, kill a Rhino, shoot us for 1. We put them to 4. Or we Boseiju the ballista. I think we've just got to make them... Trouble is we can't then hold up force. Attack. Hit them to 4. Trouble is, opponent can probably pump this to be big enough. Yeah, they can definitely pump this to be a big enough blocker next turn. But if we play Teferi, we can't force. That's the problem. I think we play second Teferi. And we'll try and bounce this. I mean, we probably won't get to draw a card here. Kill a Rhino. Okay, they shoot Teferi. Yeah, I suppose they shoot Teferi, which is a problem. Okay, we do find a land though. So now are we meant to kill Tron? They're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana anyway. Which is enough for a ballista that kills the Rhino. Oh, yikes. Ugh. That is an issue. I think we have to. Do we hold up force? I guess we could Boseiju the ballista. Yeah, I think that's probably better. Well, maybe we're meant to Boseiju the Academy ruins here. I think we'll. I think I'd rather Boseiju the ballista potentially. Field of Ruin. This is going to be an enormous ballista. That's a 5/5 ballista. They've definitely got a counter spell is the problem. Yeah, X equals 5. So Boseiju the Ballista. This is so bad. Opponent definitely has a counter spell as well. If we Boseiju it, they'll shoot the Rhino 4 times and then they can just put the Ballista back. I guess we can cast, if we find a land, we can cast Fury. I think we'll wait. Ardent Plea. So that makes Rhinos. Okay, so I think we now go for that. And then it makes the Rhino big enough to deal with the... Is it? Yeah. But it only has 1 card in hand. See what they've got. Long game. They can condescend. And then we force the condescend because we don't want them to scry either. But if we go to 10, can the opponent just kill us? I suppose we could just Boseiju now. This goes to 4. Right, we go to 10. Opponent needs 4 mana because we can block. So can they boost that to a 10-10? So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18. So they can't quite unless they find a Tron land. Although they're going to have to block this Rhino actually. I think that's worth it. Yeah, they're going to have to block the Rhino or shoot the Rhino. But we are kind of at the mercy of their top deck, I suppose. Oh, although, can't they just put Academy Ruins back on and then kill us with it? Yeah, we're probably just dead here. I think they just go shoot us, put it back on top with Academy. Oh. Don't know, there didn't seem to be any way out of that. I'm assuming the opponent will see the line. Yeah. Academy ruins it back. I think they've probably got enough mana. Make them do it, I suppose. $16. Why would you not use these 2 as well? Surely you use these 2 and just kill us, right? Opponent could have just killed us. Because then we go... I don't know if the opponent miscounted. They could have just pinged us to death. So they kill our Rhino. Then we go land 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we've got just enough. Go grab a mountain. That Boseiju, the Academy ruins. And then we're at the mercy of my opponent's top deck, but we've got lethal on the field. Well, that's a very good draw. They're going to go and get Ensnaring Bridge. Well, there's another Ballista. Great. Yeah, we just lose now, unfortunately. Oh, that's really frustrating. Yeah, because I don't know. I mean, we just got mired in that mid game. I think we were definitely favourites to win that. That Karn off the top was brutal, but then again, my opponent did kind of miss lethal a couple of turns before. Okay, see what we can do. Yeah, we've taken up a lot of time is the problem. So we might want Force of Vigors. We probably want Subtlety and Mystical Disputes. The kind of spot removal aren't great. Force is good. What about all these? I guess Fury is good against Karn, but not good against things like Worm Coil. I think maybe we'll just split the difference and go 2 of each, maybe 1 of each. What about Omnath? I think Omnath's probably fine. Fury to kill Karn is interesting. I think we actually want Solitudes. Worm Coils are such a big problem. Maybe we were meant to Boseiju something before, but yeah, not sure. Not sure on that one. This is fine, we'll keep this. Maybe it's not good enough to... I mean, it doesn't fight through Condescend and Remand very well. Relic. Okay. Well, Force of Vigor is a fairly nice pickup. I don't know if we're actually meant to play Rhinos here. I feel like we're not. Unless we find Violent Outburst. Another Ardent Plea makes me want to, though. Also, we haven't really got time to mess around too much. Condescend. Oh, it makes Rhinos. Okay, fair enough. Repeal 1. Sure. And Dismember. Okay. So opponent going for using their interaction that way rather than countering. Okay, another island for the opponent. I guess we'll just go for another one. Five cards in hand. They definitely counter this, right? Remand's brutal. Okay, do you have the Condescend? We make a 2/2 though, and we're ready to force a Karn. Opponent's not that close to Tron. Gonna force a Thirst for Knowledge here, I think. Maybe not actually. Okay, can't do anything about that anyway. Okay. Let's go and grab another Triome. Could do it drawing a blue card. Okay, so let's just go Ardent Plea. Make some Rhinos. Drawing that blue card was good. Shardless Agent gets to attack for 4 here. Got 10 power on the field. We've got Force to protect. So they're going to get Tron, play the land. But no. Okay. Yeah, we like Dispute as well. Six mana. Shark Typhoon. It's a 4/4. So we could Brazen Borrower it, but I think I'd rather hold up. And it goes to 4. Yeah, opponent goes to 4, so 1 Rhino attack is lethal. Trinket Mage, can't do anything about that. Walking Ballista. You can hard cast Dispute here and then probably win the game. Yeah, that wins the game. Because then we just go bounce the shark, attack for 4. Oh, come on, don't keep making us do that for time. Okay, so we get there game 2 just by making many Rhinos. Mystical Dispute coming in clutch there. Okay, we've only got 4 minutes to win game 3. I guess Endurance isn't too bad against Academy Ruins, but we'll just resubmit. I don't think we want to do too much. Okay, what do we think of this? I think we're going to keep this. If they've got a map, I wonder if we're meant to force it. Okay, Chalice. Spend some Rhinos. Okay. I think I'm just going to force both of those things. I mean, if they went as Tron into something big, then there's not much we can do. Doesn't help that we've drawn loads of land as well. Okay, Shardless Agent. I think we just jam. We haven't got the time on the clock, really. I mean, this definitely gets remanded or something. Maybe we're meant to wait, not sure. It does make the Shardless Agent, fortunately. Top and bottom from the opponent. I mean, it could just be like land Ugin. Or it could be Thirst. Okay, so they probably put Thirst for Knowledge on top. Let's see what they discard. Discards Urza's Tower and Karn. Okay, Violent Outburst. I think we're just going to cast that now. Extra point of damage from the Shardless Agent. Got Rhinos coming in next turn as well. Conan tapping 4 mana. Karn is okay. I guess they could go and get Chalice. If they get Chalice, we probably bounce it with Brazen Borrower. See what they do. Okay, they're transmuting probably for a Tron land. Ballista's obviously a problem. Could be a 2/2 Ballista. Okay, it's Karn. But we do get to kill the Karn. See what they go and get. We probably don't actually kill Karn. Okay, yeah, I think we do kill Karn now. It's just quite attractive to just go attack Karn down to 1. Although we'll have lethal next turn anyway if we put them to... Yeah, I think we do kill Karn here. We don't really want them animating a... something to block. All depends on what the second and top card... second card in my opponent's hand is and the top card of my opponent's library. If they're nothing much, there's an Ensnaring Bridge. I think we're going to try and bounce now. assuming the opponent can counter this, but it might just be Remand. I don't know if they run Remand anymore. Maybe we were meant to wait until we had Counterspell back up. Don't know. Opponent's not slamming anything here. I guess we cast this Brazen Borrower. Force, Dispute. Another Brazen Borrower is pretty good. Opponent must have something, right? Got our attacks in. Cycling a big Shark Typhoon. Could be Otawara. Otawara bounce a Rhino. They still take 10. They still take enough damage. Okay, opponents conceded from the game. So we do get there in record time, games 2 and 3. Move on to 3 and 0. So yeah, deck's it's feeling pretty good. Probably should have played my land there. Try and play as much around Condescend as possible, but yeah, happy with that. See you for the next round. Okay, a bit of a weird hand this one, but it's got. I'm going to keep it. It's Boseiju essentially counts as a spell against some decks. So we've got the sort of excellent. What we really want to be doing is icing a land into Ardent Plea. So fire also gets us out from under a turn 1 Ragavan. Haven't been seeing as many, certainly not as many Murktide and 4-color decks online at the moment. People seem to be playing. Sort of trying out different things. Okay, so I think we'll lead off on a fetch land pass. The other good thing about this revealing a Yorion is people potentially think that we are ooh, we're against Hammer. Yeah, people potentially think we are 4-color. So let's do Raugrin Triome, I think. Okay, so this Boseiju is obviously really good. Oh, and a Fury. So I don't think we're going to tap a land here. Maybe we're meant to tap a land there. See what the opponent does, I suppose. Okay, that's a bit odd. So I think, no plays. I guess they're not playing into counter spell, but we're just going to slam Ardent Plea now. As soon as we've got enough fetch lands, I think we're just going to fetch a basic. Like, I'm not envisaging if the opponent just wants to make a token next turn, that's fine. Probably kill it with fire and hold up Boseiju. Portable hole, sure. Another Cigarda's Aid. Okay. I think we'll just go land, go. I wonder if we're meant to tap the Saga. Probably not. No, because they can make the token in response anyway. Actually, I think we will suspend the footfalls here. I mean, we could. Oh, I wonder if I meant to Boseiju the Saga. Stops them getting a token and stops them getting a hammer. Although we could then just Boseiju the token. No, I think it's better to do that, because then opponent hasn't managed to search for hammers, so it makes future pure steel paladins a whole lot worse. I think we run 2 Boseijus in the main. So we got Fury online next turn as well. Okay, yeah, so there's the paladin. So opponent could have blacksmith skill, or they could have just drawn a hammer. Okay, Brazen Borrower is a really nice draw. So we'll just go for the attack. We will shock in, I think. No, we won't. No. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and kill this. Just while my opponent's tapped out, they can't find any you know, they can't flash in a hammer to save it, they can't blacksmith skill. Okay. This Ardent Plea doing work as well. What am I finding another? Oh, okay, so yeah, that's just absolutely brilliant. Brazen Borrower is just an insane card. They get a 4. They're going to make a token. Okay, so I think we'll let our opponent. They're probably going to make another token. I think we let them do it. They probably just go and get double hammer. I think we're just going to bounce now. If they go and get not Mox Opal, the mana rock, and then tap it, they could have 2 mana for 2 blacksmith skills, but I think this is fine. I think Brazen Borrower in the air is lethal, and they're pretty much always getting a hammer here, I think. Okay. So yeah, we'll just bounce here. We could just bounce the hammer. No, we can't bounce the hammer because of these Shardless Aids. Dead to double blacksmith skill. Yeah, maybe we should have bounced first to not die to please don't have double blacksmith skill. Surely they slam it if they have it. Okay, so they don't. Yeah, It's definitely possible we're meant to play around that. Okay, so now we can just Fury and win the game. Teferi's probably even better. That's probably even better. Yeah. Point of note here, Teferi bouncing Ardent Plea is obviously really good. Did I miss that at some point earlier in the league? Not sure, but always like that interaction because you can bounce Ardent Plea, draw a card, and then you can play Ardent Plea and get another Cascade trigger. But yeah, we get there with that one. Let's move on to sideboarding. So unfortunately, we have only got 3 Force of Vigors in this one. What else? Force of Negation. Okay, so this is probably one where failure to comply isn't amazing because all of their spells are so cheap that returning something to their hand is not great. Don't think anything else can change. Subtlety could be interesting, but I don't think so really. Mystical Dispute's not great. I think we'll just go with that. We didn't see any white, any blue splash, so Mystical Dispute's not going to be any good. I think we'll just, yeah, easy swap failure comply to Force of Vigors. Okay, the old one lander does have Force of Vigor in, but yeah, if we rip exactly land off the top, but yeah, having to mulligan that one, I think this is fine. We'll get rid of one of the Rhinos. Got a Boseiju. Yeah, got some nice interaction. Ginger Brute, okay. Okay, Force of Vigor. Ooh, I don't think we're meant to Crashing Footfalls now. I guess we can Violent Outburst. Are we likely to get to turn 5? As in we can Force of Vigor using Violent Outburst. Yeah, sure. I think that's probably fine actually. So let's go Breeding Pool. Yeah, Force of Vigor, obviously an amazing draw. See what the opponent does. Okay, we're probably using it now. Are we using it now? No, I think this is alright. We've got the Brazen Borrower for next turn. Okay, let's go with this. We're probably going to end up besiegeing. I guess we could just Force a Vigor here. Don't know, maybe we were meant to just Force a Vigor there. Springleaf Drum. Okay, so they don't have any lands. So we could just Force a Vigor these two. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Okay. So let's go. We could just go Mountain and then fetch blue white. Yeah, I think that's fine. Get rid of that Magistrate. We know they've got a hammer in hand. We'd like to draw another green card, really. That is a green card. Yeah, I think we'll let it go. Worth noting we can't Brazen Borrower now if my opponent replays Drannith Magistrate. I wonder if they'll make the token. It's fine. Maybe we were meant to force in upkeep so I didn't get as much mana. Okay, we get Shadow Spear. If this is Drannith Magistrate, we obviously Violent Outburst in response. 3 mana. Pure Steel. Okay. So they probably play the hammer out here. Ooh, they can then equip the hammer. So yeah, we get to go. Opponent's going to go attack with Ginger Brute. We just want to kill all their artifacts here. Can get blue-white, I think, or green-white. Green-white does let us cast it, and it also lets us hard cast Force of Vigor next turn. Although we're going to be casting it here, so yeah, I think green-white's the one. Let's go Violent Outburst. Opponent probably hopeful that we're just chump blocking, but definitely not the case. And then we'll go Force of Vigor. I think it's just hammer. Shadow Spear? Yeah. Then we clear our opponent's board of artifacts. Block. Might as well double block. Surprised they didn't do the thing with haste. We probably. Oh, I should have got blue actually, so that we could have cast this Brazen Borrower. Oh, that's a nice draw as well. Yeah, I think we'll just attack now. We could just play Boseiju, but I don't think that's right. Are we meant to Boseiju the Saga now? No, I don't think so, because then then we can just die to like stuff. Okay, Moth Nexus, a little bit scary. Stoneforge. Okay, so the opponent can activate Stoneforge in response. So it's whether, if they've drawn a hammer, I think we just have to go. They won't have enough artifacts to give it thingy though. I think we'll do it though. Fire this. I don't know. This is risky because if they, oh no, yeah, they can flash. They could flash in another hammer, although they can't. No, this is fine because they can't equip it. Okay, so they just make white. Fine. I guess they could have, if they've got exactly, Cicadas I hate. Really? Okay, maybe, yeah, we probably weren't meant to do that. Although they had to have exactly that, I suppose. They had to have exactly Cicadas Aid in hand. Yeah, Yeah, we probably weren't meant to do that. I think we were ahead in that game. Yeah, okay, so on to game 3. We knew they had Danith Magistrate in hand as well. I think that's just fine. What about Force of Negation? Maybe we're meant to cut Force. Maybe cut 1 Force for a Subtlety? No, I think that's... Let's go with this. See how we do. Okay, this hand seems okay. I think we will keep it. Start off just suspending a Crashing Footfalls. We can reach for Yorion if we really need to Solitude something. Although we can't actually cast many of... Well, yeah, maybe we should have mulliganed this. Because we can't actually cast many of the spells in our hand until quite later. On the draw, this was definitely a mulligan. I think we're okay on the play. Opponent keeps 7. Okay. Fire Ice should be really good. Okay, we don't mind an Ardent Plea. If nothing else, it pitches to Solitude. And Force, actually, so... Stoneforge. See what they go and get. They get the hammer. They play the hammer. Okay, that's not bad. Pass the turn. That's also a card that pitches to Force. Okay, so we've got all the tools now. There's a Paladin. They don't have... Are we meant to just Solitude, stop them drawing a card, and then make Rhinos? I feel like we probably are. Yeah, I think so. You don't really want my opponent drawing more cards. Oh, crikey. Okay. I don't think there was much we could have done about that. So I have to go and get... We need red and blue, really. Guess we just need to race. We're making all Rhinos in a couple of turns. Oh, we don't have Force up either. I suppose we've only fetched 1 land. Okay. We can tap that though. Ugh. Okay, so you don't really want to cast that. I think we'll save it for a Force of Vigor. Okay, we're probably going to... It really depends on what the opponent has. Maybe we should have got Yorion there. What's this? Paladin. That's a big problem. We might lose this game now. If the opponent has blacksmith skill, then we lose.
they don't have Blacksmith, and Brazen Borrower is a fantastic draw. They equip the Caldra there. Okay. Okay, see what we draw, I suppose. We do get to make Rhinos this turn. We could bounce the Stone Forge. Not a great draw. Bounce Stone Forge, attack. None of this has got trample. But we can't afford, we don't really want to. I suppose we could bounce the Caldra, but then the opponent just puts it back in. I think we just have to wait here. Unfortunately. Opponent draws a card. We've got Force, which is reasonable. Okay. Okay, so we'll bounce the token. Then the opponent can just re-equip. I wonder at what stage we're meant to. Oh, there's a Saga as well. That's really good. Are we meant to force that? I don't think so. Trouble is, yeah. So we're on a real clock now because this just goes against Shadow Spear. Okay, Violent Outburst. We'd get through with 2. That would be 10. Okay. No, I think we have to wait still. We need to draw Force of Vigor. Maybe we should have cast that other Rhinos. This is our last Rhinos we can make. Ah, that's a problem. Doesn't have. Oh, why does it have trample? Oh no. Oh, I forgot that has trample. $16, so we don't have to block with that many Rhinos. So it's got first row. I assume it's not assigning lethal damage, so I assume we can just, if we just block with that, they're dealing us 12. So we have to block with 2 Rhinos, and then we've got 16 damage. I think that's the only way. Oh, but then they'll just re-equip to Pure Steel Paladin. I think we have to do that. Like if they got another hammer, we have to force it. I'm assuming they have to assign more than 1 each to these, yeah. So they can switch them over. Why did they not go for that? Because surely another hammer there just kills them. It kills me. Do we force a Shadow Spear? Okay. So how do we win this game? I think I have to force that because them gaining lifelink is just so bad. I guess fire or like ice, tapping. Ice tap draw. Do we need to force the Shadow Spear? I feel like we probably do. Just can't afford to give them lifelink. I forget. Yeah, I don't know how I forgot that Caldra gives trample. Something good. Solitude is interesting. So I don't think we can attack. Oh, the opponent can go and get another Shadow Spear though. What if we exile the Paladin now? Then they can't equip this. And we can chump block this forever. Maybe that's just... Oh, they do go up to loads of life though. Exile this. They don't... Because we're going to exile that anyway. That we're probably dead here. At least this means they can't... We've got rid of the Shadow Spear. Oh, well our opponent can do... Yeah, I forgot they got Sigarda's Aid. So actually I should have waited, because now yeah the opponent's just going to go and get another hammer equipped to here, make it 16, and we can't win essentially. Oh, my opponent having the Caldra just in hand. They hadn't searched for it. So 16, so we have to block with all of our Rhinos, but there's no coming back from this. Yeah, the Caldra is what did it there. We were okay against everything else, pretty much. Yeah, I mean the game's just over now. We can tap that, but then we just die to that. Okay, well, it happens. I suppose we could have tapped it and then drawn into Force of Vigor, but yeah, that Caldra just absolutely destroyed us. If we'd have known about it, we might have been able to play differently, but it was just in my opponent's hand. We didn't know about it. Anyway, let's try and close out the 4-1. See you for round 5. Right, on the draw here for round number 3, I think we're going to keep this. It's a bit light on stuff to do in the early turns, but we've got a Solitude, we've got a Cascader. Okay, so if this is Ragavan, we probably do have to evoke Solitude to kill it. It's something. If it's Dragon's Rage Channeler, we'll let it go. Okay, Dragon's Rage Channeler into Bauble. Opponent knows what we're drawing. That pause means it might be something that gives it away that we're not on 4 color. Sacred Foundry, so that doesn't give it away. we'll play that one. It's the one they know about. If they dash a Ragavan, we'll Solitude it, pitching Teferi. Okay, opponent surveilled a bauble into the graveyard and now casts another bauble. Puts a bolt back. Targeting themselves. So Dash Ragavan will get Solituded here, pitching Teferi, I think. Okay, opponent representing Counterspell. Although it might just be that they... Oh no, they didn't like the card on top. Okay. Wouldn't mind drawing like Dead Gone. Flooded Strand. I guess we'll just try and take as little damage as possible from our lands. Not sure we're meant to... Don't know, we can afford to wait, I think, for certain things. Because we don't just want to slam into a counterspell. Okay, that's good for us, I think. Unless the opponent has Spell Pierce. Now he's going to give this make this a 3/3, so I think we might just slam Teferi next turn. Depends what they find, I suppose. I mean, the ideal is for them to find and play Ragavan, and then we can Fury them both away if we draw a red card, but that's kind of Magical Christmas Land, I suppose. It involves a lot of pieces going right. Okay, the opponent finds Consider, so that obviously encourages them to play that right now. They put the Misty into their graveyard. Okay, will they cast the Consider? If not, it means they probably have Spell Pierce. Ugh, I'd like to draw something non-land, really. I think I'm just going to go for Teferi. They didn't cast the Consider. It could be a bluff, but like they only run one Spell Pierce, or two maybe. Yeah, maybe that was wrong. Maybe they're really unlikely to bluff there. Yeah, maybe that was really stupid. I'm going to have to deal with this Dragon's Rage Channeler at some point. Might be next turn that we go Yorion to hand. Yeah, trading that for a Spell Pierce, that was really bad play actually, I think. I don't know, it's easy with hindsight, but like the fact that they didn't cast the Consider should have just... Okay, so we've got another Teferi. I think I'm just going to go Yorion to hand, play a land and pass. And then in my opponent's upkeep step, or if they tap out, we're just gonna Solitude. They might draw two here, so we'll let them surveil. But now, yeah, I'm gonna Solitude, pitch Yorion. Like we're just dying to this Dragon's Rage Channeler is the problem. Can't afford to just keep taking hits from it every turn while the opponent sculpts their hand. I wonder if we're meant to play around main deck Blood Moon. Probably, actually. Looks like a Murktide. Yeah, Murktide, hold up, counterspell is probably going to be good enough for us here. Unless we can draw, don't know, it'd have to be something pretty good. I guess another Force of Negation. I guess we'll go land to play around Spell Pierce. I think we have to go for it here. Opponent definitely has counterspell. I think, yeah, we fall into the trap here of just jamming. We're just going to see fetch, counterspell. Being on the draw has been really bad, but I definitely haven't played it very well. Yeah, because this is going to be... Yeah. And now we just die to this big Murktide. Okay. I think we've got some sideboard against this though. I mean, do we fetch to 3 is the question. I might just have bolts. I don't think we do fetch yet. Okay, opponent shocking in as well. Like they got everything they need. Okay. We'll pack it in with the draw of a Raugrin Triome. So a combination of, I think, poor play, and we drew a lot of land, I think. But yeah, all not great there. One upside is they still think we're on 4 colour. So might be able to get them with sideboarding. Right, so let's go. We want the disputes and the endurances. We don't want the forces. I guess these aren't amazing either, potentially. That's pretty clean swap. Could go subtlety, but I think this is fine. See how we get on. Okay, we quite like this hand, so we're going to keep this. Lead off on Triome. Then we'll probably go and get basic Forest to play around Blood Moon. See what the opponent does. If actually, you might just tap a land, because then we're more likely to be able to resolve either Teferi or Shardless Agent on 3. Well, don't really care about resolving Shardless Agent, I guess, but yeah. So we're going to just tap their island here, especially since we've drawn this this Dead Gone. So we put a counterspell into the graveyard. Bit worrying. Ice a land. Okay, how much do we want to play around Spell Pierce? If we get Spell Pierced here, it's so bad. We're gonna play. We need to play something though. I think I'm just gonna play. I think I was gonna slam Shardless Agent. Blocks Ragavan. It also doesn't get hit by Dispute, which is key. Not another Spell Pierce. Ah, every time with the Spell Pierce. I suppose at least we make a 2/2 with this one. I think now we're going to wait, not going to slam a Teferi unless my opponent taps out. I think we'll just play a like a flash game. Endurance is an amazing draw. I'm going to cast that. Probably in my opponent's upkeep. Stop them. Okay, Unholy Heat is fine. Yeah, just cast this now. Put my opponent's graveyard back so that they can't Murktide us. I guess we could have waited for like Scalding Tarn crack, but this is fine. So it's in every match I play Endurance against this this deck that Endurance is just one of the best cards in the matchup. It's a big threat. They struggle to kill it. Can't attack with Ragavan or Darcy through it. Stops their Murktide. Just does kind of everything. Okay, just looks like Scalding Tarn pass from our opponent. So end of turn we'll just go and grab a Triome. Oh, paying costs. Could be double heat. Ledger Shredder. Okay. What am I finding Dispute? Violent Outburst is fine, obviously. Might end up just casting Brazen Borrower here. Although if the opponent then goes spell, maybe end of turn we'll just go gone, return it to hand. Could see that, although that is a good out to Murktide. Okay, opponent going for Unholy Heat, but probably going to be a 2-for-1 here. Snapcaster Mage. Okay, not the space you, not something you see that often. wonder if I meant to just Brazen Borrower here. I feel like we are. It's the only chance that we're going to get to trade with Ledger Shredder. Okay, another Endurance is pretty nice. I think we'll just go for that now. Save my opponent from countering it. Yeah, obviously a nice draw. We could do it finding a few more lands potentially. What's this? Yikes. That's a problem. Oh, I should have killed this in response, probably. Yeah, I should have killed this in response to the Brainstorm from Jace, because we're going to want to attack. We don't really want them to find something to deal with this. I'm a bit surprised by this Brainstorm. Like, we run quite a lot of kill spells, or like stuff to deal with Snap Custom Age. How much do we want to play around Spell Pierce here? I think that's fine. Ardent Plea. Let's just attack Jace. Opponent can't. I don't think they'll be able to kill this. Might just slam Omnath here. Although, well, I think my opponent's probably got this. Oh, I should have Ardent Plead first. Let's go Ardent Plea. Let's make some Rhinos. I guess the opponent could have Spell Pierce again. Maybe we should. Yeah, I wanted to play something there that didn't get caught by Dispute. I think my opponent's hand. I think they do have Dispute. I think their opponents. I think they have something like Dispute, Murktide. Yeah, I'm pretty confident they have a Murktide. We put Lethal onto the field here, though. This is 11 power. Okay, that's a Dragon's Raised Channeler. And Delirium. Dress down. Sure. I guess now we can just hold up Violent Outburst. I guess the opponent could go Murktide. Okay, the opponent's just not doing anything. Opponent knows what we're drawing. That's really rough. Probably the worst draw in the deck. We'll just attack here. Could be Subtlety, I suppose. Otawara. Sure. So I guess we Violent Outburst as well. Hit them down to 1. Okay, well, opponent concedes. It's not lethal, but it's, you know, nearly lethal. Okay, so we get their game 2 against Murktide. I wonder if they actually bring in Jace against us. Because I'm pretty confident my opponent thought we were just 4 colour. I think everything's probably fine. I guess, do we like the failure to comply? I don't think so. It's not better than anything else we've got. Okay, I think we're going to keep this. It's got Endurance and a Cascader. Wonder if I went to Fury down a turn 1 creature. If it's Ragavan, yes. If it's Darcy, questionable. If it's... Yeah, I just don't want to get tempoed out is the problem. Okay, so is Dragon's Rage Channeler? I think we probably let that one live for now. Because I guess there's a chance that my opponent just goes like Ledger Shredder next turn. We might be able to kill both. And down the line, this Endurance is going to be good. Okay, so we've drawn Omnath. Does that make us want to Fury this with you pitching Omnath? Probably not. Obviously the ideal thing is here for the opponent to just go Ledger Shredder, attack, pass, and then we go Fury, kill them both. Don't miss lands, maybe? They must be to be considering main phase. There goes a Ledger Shredder into the graveyard. They are going to have Delirium here. Looks like they've... Oh no, they've hit a land. I think I probably will Fury now. Maybe we should have Fury before. We didn't know they were stuck on lands, I suppose. More lands. I think I'm just going to Fury, pitch, Fury. I think you want to kill this. I think it could Subtlety, I suppose, which would be pretty brutal. If the opponent goes Murktide, it's a bit of a problem. Play a fetch land now and pass. Kept the Omnath. Could be incorrect. Opponent's got Unholy Heat. Well, sorry, they don't have it, but if they do, it will be active. I wonder if I went to fetch basic. No, we can't fetch basic forest. What we do really depends on what my opponent does here. They could go Murktide, but then they may worry that we just slam Teferi. Okay, iteration. We're okay with that. So that means they possibly have Spell Pierce. So we're going to go and get Raugrin Triome, and then we're just going to Endurance. Looks like the opponent's looking for lands again. They do find an island, which they'll play. Yeah, we're just going to go for Endurance here. because the opponent can't Unholy Heat and Endurance because they found basic island. We need blue, so let's go and grab Raugrin Triome or Ketria Triome. That gives us more white, doesn't it? We don't have that much white in the deck, I suppose, so let's go and grab Ketria. Okay, Misty is interesting. It might be that we should now just go and get a basic in order to be able to cast this through a Blood Moon. I think we do. Is it basic forest or basic island? I think it's basic forest. And then we're going to cast the endurance. I could have subtlety. I don't know if they still run that. So I'll put my opponent's graveyard back, stops from killing endurance. Pass the turn. Could be Jace. They know we've got Omnath, so they probably want to stop us doing that. But next turn we just hold up, play Temple Garden tapped, and then hold up Violent Outburst. Yeah, so the opponent is probably pretty scared of Omnath, I would say. Well, we find another endurance. Probably even better. Yeah, just attack here for 3. I guess I could do something like heat, snap heat, but don't care too much about that. If they go for Archmage's Charm here, we'll play another endurance. Endurance is so good. Just crazy. I mean, we could have waited until they potentially Scalding, although they just never crack that, I don't think. Because they're too afraid of like this. Yeah, there's an iteration. We can go Omnath next turn if we want, but I think we're just happy to, you know, the onus is definitely on the opponent here to do something. They're being attacked for 6 each turn. Don't really know what they can find. It's going to be difficult. I guess Ledger Shredder is a little bit. It's probably their best. It's their best threat. Okay, they find Ragavan, so they're probably going to cast. We can play around Spell Pierce this turn and just make some Rhinos. Okay, we can't play around Counterspell, which with 7 cards in hand, we can be pretty confident my opponent has Counterspell. Okay, Brazen Borrower is nice. It's not going to do anything. Like, I think we're just happy to chill. Okay, I guess the opponent could have like Bolt Heat. Or Heat. So do I want to take this opportunity? Yeah, I'm just going to resolve Violent Outburst. And by resolving Violent Outburst, I mean resolve a Crashing Footfalls. Dump another 8 power onto the field. mean, they could have something like engineered explosives, I suppose, but they've still got to deal with the endurances as well. You've got 9 cards in hand. There's a Darcy. Ugh, they do have engineered explosives. Okay, they put another one into the graveyard. Could be Murktide here. Okay, they crack EE. Actually, why do we care about this? Not sure we do. I'm just going to leave it. Attack here. Probably just going to play Omnath. Although Omnath definitely gets countered. Okay, they have Unholy Heat. So they probably have Mystical Dispute. We haven't actually got double blue. I think we'll just go buy Yorion, pass. Play out the steam vents. I wonder if we're meant to bounce now. No, I don't think so. Still touch and go this game. Opponent's got 6 cards in hand, which is a bit scary. Jace, Murktide, both pretty scary. Looks like Murktide. Show they attack first. Okay, so here comes Murktide. So not going to use Brazen Borrower. Murktide does stop us attacking. So yeah, opponent having counter spell. They've only made it a 5. The opponent could go counter spell and dispute, which is obviously a bit rough. They're going to shock in. They're thinking about it. They do go to 4. I think we go for it now. Just make them use their mana. Although I guess they get to surveil. They know the last 2 cards in our hand. Spell Pierce. Okay, so they probably have. Maybe we weren't meant to do that there. We could have gone Spell Pierce, pay for Spell Pierce. We could have also paid for Dispute, actually. Well, we'll take Solitude. I wonder if I'm meant to go Omnath and then go pitch Solitude. I think we'll go Omnath. Then we can always pitch Solitude. the opponent counters this. Oh, they Mystical Dispute it. That's rough. I think we knew that they had that though. They've only got 2 cards left. So we can block Dragon's Rage Channeler with Endurance. Block here. Having reach is just crazy as well. Okay, there's a Ragavan. See what we draw, I suppose. Ugh, Hallowed Fountain. So if we attack... yikes. Okay, so I think maybe we're meant to maybe we're just meant to Solitude now. Are we meant to play... We're not meant to play the land. We could go Yorion, blink, but I think we're just meant to cast this. Oh, we don't have double white. Yikes. We could attack. Opponent might block. We could just cast Yorion. Oh, but if we endurance my opponent's graveyard, their Murktide gets a lot bigger. We can't cast Solitude at the moment because we haven't got the right lands. So it's kind of lucky we drew that Hallowed Fountain, I guess. We could evoke Solitude, but that seems like a pretty bad way to go. If the opponent has... We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we can't play around Dispute. They've probably got Counterspell. We could just leave Endurance and block, but I don't think that's a winning strategy. Got to play the land. I think we'll pay the life. And then just pass the turn. I mean, it signals what we've got quite a lot. And then in my opponent's upkeep, we'll have to just go for it. And if they've drawn Counterspell, then we lose. Like, it's very difficult for them not to have one here. Yeah, they've got something. They could be dressed down, I suppose. Ugh. Okay, so yeah, we're going to lose this game, unfortunately. Maybe I wasn't meant to shock in. They can attack with both now. Yeah, we have to block here. Oh, that's so annoying. Opponent gets a look. Ardent Plea wouldn't have saved us. Opponent could easily have Bolt as well. Are they going to cast the Ardent Plea? Looks like it. I suppose they could hit Lightning Bolt. So they hit. Dragon's Rage Channeler is pretty good. So what do we need to hit now? Don't even know. They've probably got Counterspell as well. I guess Omnath into land. Ugh, come on. That blocks. Oh, needed some draws there. Unfortunately, we just lose now. Yeah. If my opponent hadn't hit the Dragon's Rage Channeler... Oh, they've only got 20 seconds left on the clock as well. That's really, really frustrating. 3-0 and then losing twice. Oh, So we finished 3-2. The deck felt pretty good. Like there, I felt like we had everything we needed to win. I think some loose play, maybe. I think with a bit more practice, this deck could be really good. Don't know. Like all the cheap interaction really hurt us. Like just my opponent having spell pierces and everything else. Maybe we weren't meant to kill that Dragon's Rage Channeler when we did. But yeah, really fun league. Really liked the list. Was a big fan of these as well. So yeah, any comments? Do let me know in the comments if you've got any tips or whatever. But for now, thanks for watching. Please do consider subscribing if you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.